It's been a winner of a week so far. Sky-high markets aside, though, Apple climbing onto the top of the dog pile of more than 105 companies that have cited the corporate tax cut as the reason behind their bonus and wage hike announcements. The tech giant announced it plans to contribute $350 billion to the U.S. economy over the next 5 years. That includes creating 20,000 new jobs and a new campus. But it's AutoNation, the auto dealer giant, that has not only announced it will double its matching contributions to employees' 401k plans, but AutoNation's the first to launch a cancer benefits program for employees diagnosed with the disease. AutoNation's president and CEO Mike Jackson, who was also just named chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, joins us exclusively. Mike, so you're a banker now, too. Congratulations.
Liz, good afternoon. How are you? Yes, it's quite an honor. I've been on the Atlanta Federal Reserve Board for several years now to become chairman. And one of the things I admire about the Federal Reserve is why they have endless PhDs in economics. They also value a street point of view from the real world as what's happening with the economy. So at the 12 reserve banks, they have business leaders and community leaders who not only are the board of those institutions, but also get the opportunity to express a view of what's really happening in the economy so that they can make a decision that's based on the real world as well as academics and all their data.
You are in the real world as the CEO of the largest auto dealership in America. And I look at all that you do and all that you could bring. So when you think about interest rates, I have to ask you this because Jerome Powell is the incoming Fed chief chair, and he seems pretty hawkish. He wants to raise 3 times. You have Martin Feldstein, the big economist, today in the Wall Street Journal saying this is going to crash stocks and the Fed cannot control inflation that, well, I would say you all now, because you're part of it, behind the curve, should have been raising rates long ago. Where do you stand on raising rates 3 times this year?
So what I've expressed is that there's much more room for robust economic recovery, and there's no sign of inflation. However, we've had crisis rates in the U.S. for many years.
Too long?
Too long. And that we need to normalize rates. I'm not saying raise rates to the point that you're trying to tamp down inflation, and the new normal is lower than what the old normal was, but a normalization of interest rates and the balance sheet of the Federal Reserve still being supportive of economic growth, I think, is the ideal line to go down. And I think, in my judgment, free rates, if that's what it turns out to be in 2018, is along that line. I don't think it shuts down growth in America. I don't think it turns the stock market upside down.
All right. Well, we'll take that and run with it. The corporate tax cut has certainly helped the stock market. I need to get to your decision not only to up your matching, to double the matching for your 401k plans for your employees, but also this health situation that you've done. You're putting together a benefits plan for employees who've been diagnosed with cancer. I personally watched you guys at AutoNation do your Drive Pink plan that has been so supportive of cancer research. But how'd you come to this decision to put the money in there and not in something like share buybacks or paying out a dividend?
Well, we think our shareholders will also benefit from us having a fairer tax rate, particularly as a U.S.-based company. And I think the corporate tax system in the United States has been broken for a decade and has been a shackle restricting economic growth in the U.S., and also an onerous, over-regulated period that we've gone through. I think the stock market reflects the fact that we are moving to 3% GDP growth rather than being stuck at 2%. And everybody says that's 1 point. Well, the way I was taught math, that's 50% faster growth than what we had before. It's very meaningful for jobs and on the economy. Now, our purpose of a company, yes, is to sell cars, fix cars, and we do that quite well. But we have embraced the greater purposes, and that's to endeavor to partner with great research institutions for cancer and find a cure. And if our associates or their families have a challenging situation around cancer, we are bound and determined to do everything possible to support them. So when we looked after this tax reform, to look at all our constituents and say, what more can we do? Yes, we'll invest more in the business. Yes, we'll grow faster. Yes, our shareholders will benefit, but for our employees that are going to be with us long term, we enhanced our 401k, we enhanced our deferred compensation, and we did more around our core sense of purpose, which is finding a cure for cancer. And so we put in new benefits that say, if you are challenged with cancer or someone in your family, you get an immediate payment from the company to help with any sort of extra expenses that you have that you will be confronted with, and a number of other benefits we enhanced around cancer, and it's been very well received by,
I can only
by
imagine.
the company.
That is a corporation with a conscience and a heart. Good luck to you, and congratulations on the Atlanta Fed position. Are you going to wear three-piece suits now that you're a banker?
They'll be lucky if they can get a tie on me, Liz. You know me.
I do. Great to talk to you, and congratulations, Mike Jackson.